Yo, guys, welcome to the On Shift podcast. I'm one of your co hosts, Xander. The other co host is out today. He's on vacation. Funny for to be on vacation for the first ever episode. But we got an instant reaction to NBA Finals Game 1. And I am filming this video right before. It's not done yet. We got 20 seconds left. They're up by 9. But that's pretty much over. 9 points is. Unless they pull some Tracy McGrady, then it's pretty much over. And man, I just thought this game, man, this is what I wanted to see in game 1, and it's it was such a good game, man. The biggest questions coming into this game is what happens with Wemby, who guards Jalen Brunson, who guards Wemby, and they played it straight up. It was on Wemby was either it was whoever the center was in the game. It was either the Mitchell Robinson matchup or it was Cat. And to be honest, they both played very, very, very well tonight. And Cat also always he showed it in the past few series. He was the offensive engine, and he kept doing that. It was to a little bit lesser of an area. He only ended up with 4 assists, but he was getting the ball. He was sending them screens, and he was playing his role but last series he was talking about how he didn't know where his role was, but he's found it. He has found it. And all those people that say he can't defend and his defend is lacking, and the regular season, they played very different. And obviously you can't you can take a little bit of the regular season, but it's like, oh, you have their two blemishes on their defenses. You're gonna attack Jalen Brunson, you're gonna attack Cat, but Cat, you couldn't attack Cat tonight. He's a very one of the things we thought was like, if you put Cat on Wemby, does he foul out? And he did a very good job. I think he ended the night with what? He ended the night with only 4 fouls. That's pretty good for a Cat game against a premier player like Wemby. Like, obviously he had the fact that Wemby is not a back him down center. Wemby's not gonna back you down like that. He's gonna try to size you up, maybe get to a 3 point. He's gonna use his size and he's gonna use his length. He's not gonna use his size technically, but not his size. You know what I'm saying? But Cat and Mitchell Robinson played very good defense, man. There's a few plays in here where Wemby would get it straight up and try to go 1-on-1, and he would just miss because they're not letting him foul. They're not letting him get into that foul bait, I guess is what you want to call it, in today's NBA. But they're not gonna let him draw that foul and get up there. And I think they did a very, very good job of not letting him get there. And some things I noticed, man. We'll talk about the Knicks. Keep talking about the Knicks, man. Jalen, they started the game off very fast, but too fast. They kept trying to push the pace and push and push and push, but sometimes they pushed too quick that they would just push a shot up, which is like it's early in the shot clock and you're just chucking some stuff up, and like, do you need to take that shot? Or like, there's a few possessions where I'm like sitting there and I'm watching, and it's Josh Hart will run the ball down, and I'm like, I like it, but there's nobody with him. It's just him 1-on-2, and he'll get through the lane and just try to throw up a shot and he'll miss it. And when he misses it, he's not drawing the foul, so it's just a bad shot at the end of the day. But then also they started off very, very cold. They couldn't, like, for the past 11 games, it seemed like the Knicks couldn't miss a shot. Like, they were just money from 3-point range, from mid-range, anywhere. They just didn't miss. But then they just started off very slow. They couldn't. They were not. They lost the free throw battle very badly. They only had 3 free throws, I think, in the third quarter. I don't know. A few minutes in the third quarter, they were six. The Spurs had 16 free throws to the Knicks only 3. And Wemby kept getting to the line. Wemby had a good game, 26 points, 12 rebounds. We'll get more into him in a minute. And then Jalen Brunson, man, he started off very cold. He shot 31 shots tonight, which is what you want from your superstar. But that most of those misses came in the first and second quarter. Then the late third, fourth quarter, he turned it on. He turned something on. He said he took that team and put them on his back. It's like, we need a bucket. I will go get you a bucket. And he would just make tough shot after tough shot after tough shot. And just one of the biggest shots I saw that fourth quarter, he basically hit the dagger. He takes the ball, he sizes up Devin Vassell, and he just he draws him up. He gets past him. It just throws a shot like he's trying to draw a foul. It doesn't get the foul, but it just goes straight in. It's straight money. And that it just shows, man. He's here for the big moments. He's here to hold the team accountable, and he's here for this. And I gotta give my credit to Josh Hart, man. Like, I get the puns and everything is there. Josh Hart is the heart of this team. He is just crashing the boards over and over and over again, man. He had 15 boards to end the night. And when he got into foul trouble early, you can feel it, feel the energy. When he's off the court, you can feel him gone. You could just, it's like there's something missing from the team when he's off the court. And you could just feel that. Because when he came in the third and fourth quarter, he told Mike Brown, like, trust me. Keep me on the court, man. I'm not going to foul out. Trust me. And he didn't foul out. He only had 3 points, so not a good shot. He went 0 for 3. The Spurs are gonna let him take them shots, and he took them and missed them, like what they wanted. If they're like, we're gonna let Josh Hart beat us. If he makes these threes, he makes these threes. But very active. He had 5 stocks, 4 steals, 1 block. Man, he was very active on the defensive side. It was a very good game from Josh Hart, man. 15 rebounds. And then the Knicks defense, man. They are everywhere, man. They let up some big threes from Julian Champagnie. They let up some big threes from him, but still they're there. They're hounding. A few plays Wemby will get into. He'll start his motion. He'll start from the top. He'll get past either Cat or Mitchell Robinson, or on a fast break he'll get to the lane. He'll have a lane, and then it's either Mikal Bridges, it's OG Anunoby. They're getting in there. They're poking the ball loose, man, and they're causing turnovers that way. Now, it isn't like that last game that they played where they had 27 turnovers. They only had 13 turnovers today. They did lose the turnover battle by 5. But you notice that defense, man. They put pressure on Wemby. They put pressure on their other stars. Stephon Castle couldn't shoot. But I can't bring more praises to this Spurs team and this Knicks team. My bad. And two more guys. I'm gonna shout out 2 more guys here. Landry Shamet, that man. I love the way he plays basketball, man. He's that guy that he's just gonna shoot the ball, and if he misses, he misses. But his confidence is never. I never question his confidence. He's gonna shoot the shot, and I believe it's gonna go in 90%. He shot 55% from the field. He went 3 for 6 from 3, and there were some clutch threes in there. And then Deuce McBride, man, he played a decent game. Nothing too big. There was one shot in the third quarter that was very clutch. That three to the end of the third quarter to tie it up. Man, what a memorable moment, man. It started going and it looked a little right, but then it curved it left and it went in. I was like, man, I thought it was a miss, especially since the Knicks were so cold up to that point. But the last guy I want to talk about on the Knicks before I head over to the Spurs is Jose Alvarado, man. He only had 11 minutes, but it was a big 11 minutes. You felt his presence. He brought the energy. He's playing good. 4 rebounds as a small guard in 11 minutes is very, very good. He was able to slow the pace down a little bit, bring the energy, especially since Josh Hart went out early, he was able to step in to that role, kind of. It doesn't bring the defense that Josh Hart does, where he can make those big stops. He does have that. He can steal the ball. He has a pretty good hands, but he's not gonna get that lockdown that, a Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, Josh Hart are gonna do. But just an overall good game from the Knicks, man. They started off very slow. They were fast paced, but they're very cold. But they were able to heat themselves up. Jalen Brunson put on his backpack, said, "Come on, y'all. I will make these big shots when I need to." So just overall big game for Jalen Brunson, a good game from Cat, good game from Mitchell Robinson. And I told everybody I knew, people were riding off this Knicks team. They say game 1 is going to be easily the Spurs because the Knicks going to have so much rest. They're not going to be able to shoot the ball. The Spurs team just looks, they're so good. And I'm like, it's the same thing that happened to the Pacers, and I'm not going to let myself be that same person. Because last year, I'm a Thunder fan. I will say that now. I said the Pacers are easy work. Because I'm like, they got nobody, but the Knicks proved us wrong tonight. Now, it is a 7-game series. You have to win 4. Winning one in San Antonio is very good for you. It helps a lot, but you still got to win 3 more. So I'm not gonna toot my. I'm not gonna toot. I'm not gonna ring the bell. Say it's over, because the Spurs definitely come back. Wemby is a very good when it comes to spite. You know, he proved it. He in big games he shows up. Like, he's probably gonna come next game and he's gonna try very very hard to limit, you know, limit his mistakes. All right, so let's talk about the Spurs now. Man, Julian Champagnie, man, I coming into this game, I thought he was gonna be their X factor. Same, I think the two X factors I really thought for this game were Stephon Castle and Julian Champagnie. I thought Stephon Castle, I thought he was gonna get the Jalen Brunson matchup, because I think that you don't want, you want the other people to beat you, so you have Stephon Castle, your best on ball defender. He showed what he could do against Shea. Obviously, Shea's still gonna get a bucket. He showed that in Game 7, but that's Shea. He's the MVP for a reason. He the most efficient guard season in forever, because for a reason. But same thing with Jalen Brunson. So you can slow him down. So I thought they were gonna throw their best, but it wasn't like that. It was the person that really got De'Aaron Fox got that Jalen Brunson matchup for most of the game, and Stephon Castle was mostly on OG Anunoby or Josh Hart or Mikal Bridges, and he was off the ball, which was weird to me. I admit. And then also Wemby, he on the defensive side, he had the cat in Mitchell Robinson. I thought when Mitchell Robinson would be on the court that it would be straight Wemby on Mitchell Robinson, because they want him to roam. They want that roamer. So if you have him, in the paint, you have him being able to roam, that's great. But when Cat's on the floor, he has to stay up high. But he's still, man, Wemby, we all know it. Nobody needs to tell you that Wemby is generational on defense. Even guarding Cat from the perimeter, he's still getting to the paint. He's still disrupting. He'll get 10 feet in the paint and he'll come from the 3-point line. You're like, I can't take this shot. He did it multiple times earlier in the game. Josh Hart had a fast break one-on-one with Wemby, bumps him. If that's another normal play on a normal player, that's a bucket. Even a good shot blocker, like, I don't know, against a Mitchell Robinson himself, Josh Hart's going to score that. But Wemby is just so freak of nature. He got the block. He also did that again with Cat. Cat got he got him the jump. He went through. He's like, it's a free layup, not block, pins against the backboard. And it's so Wemby tonight on defense. You can't ask for more from him. Obviously, he's gonna provide there. He's gonna deter some of the shots. The Knicks were having to force some mid-range jumpers that they wouldn't normally take. Like, OG Anunoby's not gonna get to the mid-range and work his bag, but tonight he had to take a few push jumpers in the mid, like in the painted circle, and it's like, that's not his shot. He missed it. Obviously, Jalen Brunson had to take a few long floaters or long jump shots and not get too far into the paint. But then in the fourth quarter, that seemed to have changed with Mitchell Robinson getting a great seal on Wemby and letting Jalen Brunson be able to get to the other half of the paint and able to open up that paint a little bit. Wemby had 26, 12 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 3 blocks. But where that comes in is it's just a bad shooting night from Wemby. Obviously, he did great shooting night from the free throw line. He went 12 for 13 from the free throw line. But we just need to see more makes. He went 6 for 21 from the field. They were playing very good defense on him. It seems like he was kind of flustered sometimes when they wouldn't bite. Sometimes Mitchell Robinson and Cat played very good defense, and they would not bite on some moves. So he's just throwing up a shot trying to look for a foul. And it happened a few times. Cat started doing that in the third quarter. You come to the third quarter, and after 2 good quarters of defense from Cat, and in that third quarter, you see Wembanyama draw two very crucial fouls against Cat and get the free throws, and it's like, oh, here it comes. Here's where Cat's defense fails, but it didn't. He locked in, and so did Mitchell Robinson, and they just played straight up defense, and they just said, you know what? I'm not gonna get the block. I'm not gonna be able to get the block. I'm not gonna try to poke this out because he's gonna get me on the foul again. So they're like, if he makes it, he makes it, and they played very good defense that way, and it worked. He only shot 28% from the field, and 26. Obviously, 26 points is a lot of points, but 28% from the field is very, very good to hold him to. And then Julian Penny, man, the start of this game, he started off very, very hot. He made like 5 straight, and it's like, oh, he's straight cash from now, and it's like you can't leave him open. And then coming off the halftime break, he couldn't hit a shot. Like he you can't take him off the floor either, because one thing that the Spurs did very well this game is they crashed the glass. They did it in Game 7 in the second half. They crashed the glass, they get those second chance points, and they get those second chances. But they just missed the shots after them second chances. But Julian Champagny faded away in the second half. I don't even think he didn't hit a single. I don't think he hit a single three from the third quarter or fourth quarter. And his production just slowed so much down. Like he still clashed the glass and everything. But let's kick to the brighter side. Brighter side of the Spurs team. Dylan Harper, your rookie point guard. He played a very great game. He crashed the glass. He had 16 points. He seemed fearless. This is one of the scariest performances from a rookie, because he doesn't feel like a rookie. If you told me he's a veteran, I'd be like, yeah, it makes sense. If I didn't know anything about the NBA, or didn't know anything about the Spurs team, I'm like, yeah, that's a veteran. He would crash the boards. He would make the right plays. He only had one turnover with 1 assist. So he didn't distribute the ball much, but he attacked the paint. He got 10 toes down, and he's one of the best finishers in the league, in my opinion. These last 2 series have showed me, and he showed the league that he's one of the best finishers, man. He can go from 50 different angles, and I feel like anytime he attacks the board, attacks the glass, anytime he's in the paint, it's a one-on-one. I feel like he's gonna make it somehow. He's gonna hit some weird jelly. He's gonna hit some weird angle, and it's gonna go in. That's how good of a finisher he is. He missed some key threes in the late, but he did hit a big time 3 in that third quarter. Trying to giving the Spurs hope, and I think they were still leading at that point. And it's Stephon Castle, man. He had an okay game, but he had a very poor shooting night. He went 1 for 5 from the 3, and he couldn't shoot. They just let him have it, and it was a brick every single time. Keldon Johnson, basically unplayable tonight. Every time he got in, it seemed like he would make a big mistake, and it would cost them a possession or two. And this is playoff basketball. This is the finals. This is the big one. You'll hear it from every commentator in the world. Every possession counts. This is a possession by possession game. You can't fudge up 15 times tonight, and you can't have 15 bad possessions. These games are won by points. There's no blowouts here unless last few series the Knicks blew out some people, but they're not gonna blow out the Spurs like that Cavs team or that Sixers team. So it's won by points. A handful of points, like 2 or 3 possessions, could change the entire landscape, and it did. It did, man. So last thing for the Spurs, man, they just need to. They just missed their shots, man. They were not hot. They lost that hot hand from Game 7. They shot 25% from 3. Now, I don't think that's going to stick. But we need some more production. We need some more production. And we need to try to slow down Jalen Brunson at all costs. Because that's who won them the Knicks the game. Jalen Brunson winning that last half and decided to show why he's the king of New York, and he's one of the clutchest players in the league. So the Spurs, They have to make shots. The Knicks, the Knicks just need to play their brand of basketball, man. They, even with them having a very slow start, man, they still found a way to claw out and take this victory. So I think you can go home, go to their hotel rooms, and think, "Wow, this is a good game, but we have to win 3 more." This series gonna be great, man. Mark my words, man. I hope this goes 7. Because I don't have no dog in this race, and I would love to see another 7-game series. Because that, as a Thunder fan, it hurts me to say we're not in the finals, man. But that 7-game series was great. So my final words, please, 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 basketball gods, give me 7.